Hello everyone, my name is Diana and today I will be presenting the 5 love languages. Have you ever felt like you and your partner, your friends, and family do not understand each other very well when it comes to showing affection? This may be because you all do not speak the same love language. Love is universal, but like language itself, it can be expressed in ways that we did not always know. That's why Gary Chapman, a well-known writer and philosopher, became a bestseller in 1995 with the book The 5 Love Languages. In this book, he teaches us to understand love much better, how to express it, and how to receive it. Each of us usually have 1 to 2 love languages that we prefer to express our feelings and with which we better capture the love that we receive. Knowing our love languages allows us to understand ourselves much better and know how we love, how we expect to be loved, and how we can achieve a better balance in our relationships. In this presentation, I will be describing the 5 love languages further. The first love language that we will be discussing today is physical touch. Physical touch is, in my opinion, the simplest and most direct form of communication of love. People who prefer this language enjoy physical touch, such as hugs, kisses, holding hands, cuddling, etc., and they feel really good in the arms of others. In our early childhood, this is the type of language that nourishes us the most, the one that offers us relief, security, and affection. As we grow, that need does not fade. We continue to feel relief when being held and enjoy the physical contact of the people that we love. Among all the love languages, this is one of the most powerful ones. Studies such as the one carried out at Carnegie Mellon University indicate that gestures such as hugs raise our defenses and help us fight numerous diseases and infections. This is an interesting fact that is worth considering. Although physical touch shapes love, words give it expression, meaning, and direction. Words of affirmation is the second language I will be presenting today. We express affection by verbalizing words of encouragement, support, affection, congratulations, praise, or kindness towards one another. They are words that are sometimes said without thinking and cause a positive effect on the other person, increasing their self-esteem, security, and well-being. People whose primary love language is words of affirmation need words of affection, praise, and they're appreciative when their loved ones acknowledge their efforts and accomplishment. They dislike long periods of time without communication, and it's hard to forget and let go of insults and hurtful words. They feel comfortable expressing everything they feel through words and value heart-to-heart conversations. Being aware of the power that we have with the language of love through words makes us create a new world to express and receive affection and love. The third love language is receiving gifts. Although this language may sound materialistic, it's never about the price tag and it's always about the thought, care, and effort. They may even save small, meaningful items. Those whose love language is receiving gifts enjoy receiving and giving gifts. These gifts do not necessarily have to be material objects or expensive. A gift is offered and expressed in many ways, but it must always be a way of expressing love for the other person and not with the purpose of getting something in return. I feel like this is my primary love language. And when I read the part on the book, he expresses how people that identify with this love language the most save small, meaningful items. I always think of the little things that I save for my loved ones, like when my son draws something for me, I save it. Like I have drawings from like a long time ago that there might be just something, like a dripboard nut or something that I can't even tell what it is, but it's just really meaningful to receive gifts like that. And I included a picture from social media from Jason Gonzalez, and I think her primary love language is receiving gifts as well because, it's shown on the picture. The fourth love language is quality time. We live in a rushed society that makes us forget what quality time really means. Sharing quality time is not really about the activity itself, but the enjoyment of it being shared with our loved ones. There is no other objective other than to share time with the people that we love. People with this love language may feel distance if their loved one is distracted while spending time with them, or if their loved one forgets a special occasion and they love trying new experiences. Dedicating our time and being present with the person that we are with is not only advisable, but it's also necessary. When we love, we tend to take moments for granted. We think that our children will always be there and they'll always still stay little, and that our partner will always have no doubts. And we think that routine does not affect our relationships when it does. Um, in today's society, sometimes we tend to be on our phones the whole time when we're spending time with our loved ones, and that may make our loved ones feel like we are not present with them. Last but not least is the fifth love language, which is acts of service. People with this love language tend to be turned off when their requests for help are repeatedly ignored. They love acts or tasks that are performed in a way of communicating feelings. Some examples include cooking, cleaning, fixing things, taking care of the heaviest tasks. It is not a necessity or an obligation, but something that is done just to help the other person. These acts are done without expecting the other person to return the favor or to have an immediate response. They are simple tasks, but they show interest in the other person. I think acts of service is one of my love languages as well, because I find it that when my husband helps, with things around the house, it makes me feel appreciated. It makes me feel like he cares about me and he's trying to take care of me. Like sometimes when I'm stressing from work and school and with the kids, and he just tells me, I'll take care of the dishes. Like simple tasks like that really made me feel like he cares about me and he cares about my well-being and my mental health as well. To increase my knowledge in this topic, I read the book The Five Love Languages by Gary Chapman. He is a well-known author, speaker, and counselor, as mentioned in the introduction. This book is part of a series of books. I did not know about all these series, but there are some that include five love languages for children, the singles edition for men, military edition for teenagers, and in the workplace. I find it really interesting that all these versions are available as tools for us, not only for our couples but for our children, which is the one that interests me the most. I'm definitely going to read that one. I just find it that is really resourceful for us to know the love languages of our children, so that we would better help them grow and make them feel appreciated. And as some of us that grew up, well, speaking for personal experience, I never really received. I believe as a child, my love language was words of affirmation, because I always wanted. My mom and my dad were always working, so it would always, make me sad when they wouldn't go to like parent night, or they wouldn't tell me about my grades. And then when I would mention it, they would just be like, well, this is something that you have to do. It's your obligation to get good grades. So that would put me really down. So I think that by reading the love languages of children, it would help me break those cycles with my children and help them feel loved in the way that I would have liked to be loved as a kid. The one that I was most perplexed about is a military edition, because, well, I have no experience in that field, but I just found it interesting that there's an edition for that for military couples. But I do understand that, sometimes they're basically in love, long distance relationships, so it's understandable. But anyways, there has been many studies that have been made on couples using the principle of the five love languages by Dr. Gary Chapman. There have been many that they put couples in studies, and where there's a category where the couples don't know about the five love languages and others that do, and see what are the benefits of them knowing the love languages. And yeah, like I said, I found this book really resourceful, and he helps his readers learn to express love in their partner's language, and with research and ideas that are simple to understand. And he also does it with humor, which I loved. So there's also a five love languages quiz. I took it on their website, and those were my results. My primary love language is receiving gifts. The second one is acts of service. Third time is quality time. Fourth one is physical touch. And the last one is words of affirmation. I kind of already expected my results after I read the book. I kind of identified myself with, as I read it. I really want my husband to take it. I think I have an idea, but it would be interesting for him to answer the questions. They ask questions such as, do you prefer going out to eat alone with your partner, or do you prefer him to help you with a simple task at home? Just simple questions like that. It was about 20 questions. It was easy to take it. You can all find it at the 5lovelanguages.com/quizzes. And that's 5, just the number 5. There's many more, which I might take after I'm done with my presentation. There's some such as the anger assessment quiz. I think I also saw one that was the apology quiz or something like that, which I found really interesting. So yeah, I encourage you guys to take the quizzes to find out what your love language is too. If we do not receive love through our preferred language, we may not feel loved at all. This is why these concepts are helpful. We must meditate on them and discuss them with our loved ones. Knowing the 5 love languages makes it easier to see that love is not always expressed in the same way for everyone. However, we are always in time to master them all, to know how to love with more letters and feelings. It is common for couples to verbalize that they do not feel loved by their partner. Knowing, identifying, and sharing the different ways of loving is of great help. It gives us a plus for communication as a couple. I'm sure there are many strategies and ways to improve relationships, and truly believe that the 5 love languages is one of them. Once visualized, they may seem a bit obvious, but if we think for a moment, we rarely tell the person that we love which love language we prefer. No one is a fortune teller, and assuming that our partner should know our love language is a common mistake between couples. In our daily life, we sometimes neglect these ideas because, work, stress, children, if you have them, and other factors make us neglect these factors that are so basic and essential. So I truly encourage you guys to take the test, and have a conversation with your loved one. And just, I hope that this presentation was helpful for all of you, and that you can apply it in your relationships. Thank you so much for listening to me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye bye.